Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for a movie that I wanted to see because I kept hearing so much about it, but I was kind of cautiously optimistic about going to the theaters to see it, and I kind of regret that now because usually when I hear a lot of word of mouth about something, whether it be from Shudder, Hulu, Netflix, anything, it's kind of a letdown. So I kept putting this off, and then eventually it showed up on Hulu like a month after everybody stopped talking about it, and which was a month after it really started getting talked about in general, when it got a release. And this movie is the 2023 film Cobweb. I don't know anybody involved with this movie, as far as I know. Did a little bit of mild research, but I'm going to tell you, this was a surprising Halloween movie watch. I had a good time watching it, so did my mom, who I watched it with. This was such a surprise. If it had a physical release, I would probably add it to my collection because I enjoyed it so much. It was not really scary, even though it's supposed to be a horror film, but I think everything from the title to the Halloween look and fall capturing feel of this movie, it nails everything about that, even down to the house that the people live in that this movie is about. They have a pumpkin patch in the backyard, which just for some reason added this really nice goosebumps feel to it. Anyway, what is Cobweb about? Basically, there's a family of three. It's a mom, a dad, and a son, and they have a little bit of a strange living situation. The parents are very weird, kind of overly protective, and kind of like strictly religious, but not really. Not really like Christian or anything, just kind of strict on their son. And he gets bullied at school. He has a lot of people that are just mean to the kid. And he takes it like a champ. He's a good kid. And by the way, the actors and actresses in this film, everybody, kid, adult, everyone, gave a wonderful performance in this movie, especially this young man, the son in the movie that we follow so much throughout the film. Basically, he starts to hear tapping and knocking and stuff on his wall, and he starts to tap on the wall back. Eventually, he finds a hole in the wall, and he communicates with somebody through the wall. It's a female voice, and things go from there, where this voice may or may not be able to do some interesting things and tell him some secrets he doesn't know. And it's a fantastic movie when it comes to that regard. I loved it. I loved so much about it. It's not like the greatest movie ever made or anything, but it was good and I had a good time watching it. I could not recommend it enough to you if you haven't seen it. Especially, again, if you're a fan of things like Goosebumps or Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from Alvin Schwartz, you need to watch this. It's got a really good sense of those types of stories for kids, but it's not really a kid's movie. This has some great practical gore when it shows that stuff. It has some great direction and cinematography for it. It's a very gritty looking film. Like the house this takes place in, for the most part, seems so dirty and ugly, but kind of clean and kind of like 1970s at the same time. I don't think, because it's been a couple of weeks since I watched it, way before Halloween, and it's like mid-November now, about to be Thanksgiving next week. Since I watched it, I'm pretty sure it takes place now, in modern day, like 2023 or whatever, maybe even up to the 90s, as far as I know. But it looks like a 1970s throwback, instead of like a 1980s throwback, which has been the tradition for the last 10-15 years at this point. That was so surprising to me. Everything about it was just so engaging. The performances, the acting, the writing of these characters, whether it be the mom and the dad, the son, anybody, the person in the wall talking to the son. Listen, I don't like movies with persons in the walls. I just don't like that usually. I think it's kind of cheap and annoying. There's a lot of movies out there that probably pop into your head as soon as you hear people in the wall as a phrase. Look, man, I want to tell you, this is one of the very few exceptions of a really good one that would be worth your time. I really believe that. It's about an hour and a half long, so it just zooms by. I think it's like 2 minutes underneath an hour and a half, too, so it just, boom. It's really an hour and like 20 minutes, and it has 10-minute credits, I assume. But this was so well put together, I could not recommend this more to you. Even down to the score of the movie was really engaging and well done. This has some great, kind of reminiscent of James Wan's Saw movie, like in the sense of like that creativity of a brand new independent creator who's gonna go places. You can just feel it when you watch this, that the guy directing this, the guys writing it, they're going places, man. These people really did something special, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen Cobweb. There's a reason you heard so much word of mouth around this movie. It deserved it. 100% it deserved it. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Again, it's on Hulu right now. I don't know if it's going to be always exclusively on Hulu, but at least it's there right now if you happen to have it. A lot of people seem to. If I had to rate Cobweb on a 5-star basis, I have to give this wonderful little movie a 4 out of 5 stars. What a great little treat to enjoy around Halloween time. And I recommend it for that time of the year too. And it's still November, so it's still fall. You know, this really captures that feeling But this could be something I think would really take over the mantle of being a Halloween tradition for some people. I believe that, kind of like Terrifier has. Anyway, have you seen Cobweb? What do you think about it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about this cool little flick down in the comment section down below. Let me know. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. Again, next week, I figure I might as well keep saying it. God bless you guys. Goodbye.